That was a wacky tour start.
Yeah.
What happened?
So there was a fucking
what didn't happen?
A hurricane like landing in.
And what, you canceled the show because of a little wind?
We did
really?
not. Yeah,
Shit.
that's
the strongest hurricane, I think, on record in the last 100 years or something. At least when it was out in the ocean.
Yeah.
And then as it started to make landfall, it dissipated.
Bussin'.
Yeah.
Bussin'. It understood the assignment.
Yeah, so it was clearly going to fuck shit up.
Oh, yeah.
And we were like, we're driving down to Miami to play this show, and we did a vote in the van because we were like, there is a hurricane coming.
The strongest hurricane in decades.
There's no water at the Walmart that we just went to.
There's no gasoline either.
There's no gas, and we're just like, should we go? And we put it to a vote, and it was 3-2. So we went.
Let me guess. Chris and Bill didn't want to.
No, Bill was down. It was Chris
Really?
and Adam. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. Bill was down. Me and Tim were like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Let's get the shit.
I want to die in a hurricane, shredded.
Well, I mean, we went down there and it was like fine.
My guitar cases float. Fuck you guys.
Well, yeah, like it was funny on the drive down. There was no cars going down south,
Yeah.
and
The highway was jammed
coming
Yeah.
out, and we're like, that's a good omen.
It was bright and sunny though the whole time down.
Yeah.
It was like bright,
Yeah.
beautiful weather. And then when we got down to the very first show, there's still lots of people there. I mean, there's probably going to be way more people, but we played the first show. And, like, we're just chatting with people there. And, like, the one guy, he's like, whatever. I don't give a shit. Every time a hurricane comes, I just, like...
That guy was like, I'll lock myself in
Yeah.
the room with a bottle of liquor and my pets.
Yeah, and then he just, like, drinks until the hurricane's over. And then he's like, okay, and now we're back to normal. So,
Now I'm hungover.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't seem to give a shit. And then, and then we're just like, okay. And then we started driving to the next town, the next city, which I think was up in northern Florida or something.
We'd like,
It was a couple-hour drive north.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
I think our not the promoter, but the booking agent emails us and he's like, "Yeah, I understand if you guys like want to cancel these next round of shows. That's okay. I totally understand." And then he also let us know that the next couple of dates were canceled, but we'd already like booked our hotels, and we're like, fuck it, let's just hang out. So I remember we had a hotel like I don't know, like a Best Western or something, and then like they had a big pool. It was nice and open, and like it's super bright and sunny, and we're all just like hanging out in the pool, and there's nobody in the hotel, nobody like anywhere, and we're just like hanging out, drinking, having a great time. Like, okay, let's go to the next city because we already got the hotels booked.
Yeah.
And we ended up being about like a day ahead of any bad weather for that whole sort of first week or two.
Yep.
And so we never experienced any bad weather or anything. And then the tour sort of turned back and we went to Atlanta. And Atlanta is where the hurricane like hit and then died out. And it was fucked because there was like no power downtown.
it was weird.
Yeah, it was just
like a
homeless-
zombie movie.
Yeah, literally. It's like everything was closed except
Creepy.
Waffle House.
Yeah.
And the what is it, the Ted Turner building or whatever, where CNN and shit
Yeah,
is.
we went in
Oh,
there
sure, yeah.
And that was the only building that had power. So that's like where everybody was. It was almost like
Trying
a
to
bomb
charge their
shelter.
phones and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our venue somehow. And then like but yeah, there's just homeless people everywhere. Homeless people and cops. It was fucked up.
It was a
Nice.
weird scene.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
That's what it'll be like in a zombie apocalypse. Because people won't evacuate. If
No.
someone's like, yeah, there's a zombie apocalypse, the horde is coming, it's gonna hit your city. People are like, yeah, I don't believe that. Fuck you.
Fake news.
Fake
fuck
news,
off.
fuck
Yo.
it.
Well, you'll have rallies against it. It's like, there's not a real thing.
Zombies don't exist.
freedom and-